All right, so now we're in the box here. Here's the synth. So then in terms of how this synth came together, it's sort of like kind of like a really roundabout way to make a synth. We started off with like, I believe it was one note and melodined it and just like pitch different things. Or maybe we had a chord in Omnisphere. I don't really remember like the exact like sound exactly, but in terms of like how it was made by like taking that sound, putting it into Melodyne, creating a chord, reversing the chord, pitching it around. So it was kind of like this really roundabout process to make a synth, which is why it sounds super degraded. You can really just hear it like being stretched and reversed in Ableton. For me, I really enjoy just committing to the sound, freezing it and exporting it, and kind of just working from there. Once the sound is set and you don't have the MIDI notes anymore, you're kind of just forced to just run with that. And I like that because once you have the actual like audio file, I find it much more easy to get creative what you're gonna do with that sound throughout the song. So the beginning synth here, when you hear it again in the chorus, it's just pitched up 12 semitones. Which gives it that super wobbly kind of feeling. And the idea of the synth going up 12 semitones I thought was cool because the song is called High Highs to Low Lows, and then to hear it go from low to high, it's just like a little like, almost kind of like a pun. The idea that the form is mirroring the content. I always like when that happens. The other thing that we both really liked about the synth sound is that you can just hear how degraded the sound became and how you can hear a lot of noise. And I know the instinct is always to get rid of the white noise, but depending on the kind of song it is, it could be really fitting to have it. So with this song, because of the topic, it's totally fine to have white noise. It sounds like distressed, it sounds anxious. Just hearing that like fuzz and the dirt, and it's not super glossy. This is a song about, like trying to make it happen for yourself and the highs and lows that you go through in pursuing your dreams. For me, if the synth was super clean, super glossy, that wouldn't have worked. So to have something that feels really fuzzy, textured, slightly gritty, felt like it mirrored the topic the most. So the synth was the first thing, and then the vocals were the second. And so here's Lolo's original vocal.
High highs to low lows, yeah. High highs to low lows.
The vocal is chopped up slightly. Different parts of the words are nudged, and there's a lot of white noise that's left in there. Even some like what would be a mistake.
High.
So like just having this stuff here. You could call it a mistake, but it just felt like the track was sort of breaking up. And initially it started off like to have these pauses.
High highs to low lows, yeah.
You hear like a little bit of bleed in the background from the drums. You hear the actual like vocal track, like the breathing isn't cut out. Everything is just kept sort of naturalistic. Like I was saying, in terms of matching the recording with the song content, it felt fine to have these imperfections in the recording. I remember us looking at it and thinking, should we cut any of this out? And we were like, nah, it's part of the vibe. I think you can be a perfectionist, but that doesn't always mean having everything totally squeaky clean, perfect. I think it's okay to leave in the dirt and some of the quirks that happen during the creation process. The reason why the vocals are chopped up and off kilter is because we were just trying to put it down really quickly, and only after the fact were we like, let's just leave it, it's a vibe.